panic in the streets. Burn down everything. Sell all your Copi. Said no one ever. I want to start out this show, this new weekly update, with a little story. I'm on X a lot. I'm always throwing out corn support, and this is back a very specific time in history, just prior to November. And if you remember what was going on in November of 2023, it was just prior to that when we had it's about 0.2 something cents Copi USD and 0.02, and boy, was that hard time. But I always had faith, and I was always stirring up the support and the positive vibes, because I knew down deep in my heart that things would turn around, and that Cornucopias would start to be seen, and that good things would come. And I was having this discussion, and well, not a discussion. I was posting, random accounts. Oh, check out Cornucopias. Check out Copi. It's the future. It's awesome. It's gonna change lives, and it's gonna be the next big thing. Anyways, someone came up to me that was clearly upset with their corn commodity and said, "I sold it all, and no one wants to buy Copi, and it's going nowhere. This price action is garbage, and no one wants Copi." And I said, "All right, man. When someone's in that mindset already, there's no change in their mind. They've picked a position, and good on them. You stick with it. You do you." But I always remained faithful, and I remember it wasn't but 2-3 weeks after that we had one of the most mind-numbing blast-offs into space that I have ever seen, and gone from 2 cents to 13.5 cents in the matter of just over 30 days. Just when you think you are losing faith, the most unexpected things can happen. So I wanted to start off that story, and regards to the gentleman who sold all his Copi at 2 cents. I am sorry, but I'm thrilled I kept mine, and I continue to do so now. I have not sold a single Copi. I have only accumulated on these dips, and I continue to and will continue to, because I think these are they're very undervalued price ranges right now. So with that, we can hop into today's wonderful Copi weekly update. All right, here's the deal. Corn fam. I'm wearing the camo today because we are at war. We're at war with a seller, maybe two odd sellings, but we're here. And the real reason is, I want to be able to show you. We can step back and look at the bigger picture and just realize it's going to be all noise in the background. So we gotta zoom out, and we gotta be patient in crypto sometimes. So here's the deal. We're still using Tap Tools Pro. We got a lot of volume in the past 7 days here. Resting up at number 3 for volume in the Cardano native assets. Over 5 million ADA in volume. And for good reason. As you can see here on the chart, we are down 10% in the last 24 hours. Now, why are we down? Now, this is the Copi ADA pair. We are down 10% in the last 24 hours. Well, we had one seller in particular bring us over the last 24 hours or so down to this bottom support line. And as you can see, this descending wedge here, which generally tends to break to the upside, we are now sitting on the bottom trend line again. We were making it. We were making it out of here, and then we had a very unfortunate event the past week. And all I can say to that is hardware wallets, guys. Hardware wallets. Make sure you secure big old bags with an extra layer of protection. You can never go wrong with extra protection. But moving on. So as you can see, we're getting to the precipice of the end of this descending wedge, and all I can say is if I were a traditional trader, swing trader, this is not the point in which you decide to sell. The end of a correction, sitting on support, you know, generally you'd long somewhere along here and you'd put your stop loss below the trend line. So, you know, call me crazy. I'm not a professional, but that's how I would handle it. And let me just point out, this correction has been long. It has been daunting, but look at how things can turn around and how quickly. I know you all remember, if you've been here, that this point from November to Christmas was just bananas. And it took us all by surprise. And I believe that we will get a similar surprise at the end of this correction. So, am I worried? No. Should you be worried? If you're over leveraged and you need money by tomorrow, boy, you know, you use your own risk management. You know, use your own risk management. So, nothing out of the ordinary here. To me, this is greater distribution to greater people, and I'm going to show you a little bit why. So here is the last 7 days of volume by wallet, and you can see these are holders of 0 to 5,000 ADA's worth of the token. Here, millions worth of ADA plus. Trading is up 194% in the last 7 days. So that is showing to me this is getting distributed well. And where is it getting distributed to mostly? Well, I can tell you, whales not selling that much. Look at this. I would say more buying than selling by the orcas. Slightly more buying than selling on the sharks. We got more buying than selling on the, I'm going to call it a marlin. And then we have a ton of paper handing on the fish and the shrimp. So the bigger wallets continue to accumulate. The smaller wallets continue to sell. So let's just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. Okay, something else. Some wallets in particular, I noticed picking up these big dips. Some of the biggest holders. Here's one. This guy I've been keeping a close eye on. 8.32 million copi. When I started keeping an eye on him, I think he had around, well, it says here in the last 30 days, he's bought 2.32 million. On this last dip, he bought another million. So, extract some of these. I mean, most of these, this is this first address here. This is the, at 43 million. That is the Wi-Fi vault. Below there, the MinSwap smart contract. Below that, the Binance staking vault deposit. And so these are all basically smart contracts. And this guy, that's a real holder, and he's buying the blood in the streets. So smart money, scared money don't make no money, right? Am I right? So another one here added another 1.2 million in the last 7 days. Smart stuff to me. So some things to keep an eye on, guys. Sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture. Moving on, I wanted to be able to show y'all. This was the unfortunate gentleman. Now, we can all make, or lady, we can all make our assumptions, but I can tell you this. This wallet unstaked 3.5 million from the Wi-Fi vault that just opened up a week ago that he restaked to, and continued to sell a barragement of tokens here at what looks like about 100,000 ADA's worth of loss. 112,000 ADA realized losses. Not great. Not great. So either this was an emergency sell-off And he's not holding this ADA anymore either. He's not looking to trade back in. This was exited to a centralized exchange and cashed out. So either one, something happened, an emergency, he needed his money, someone needed the money, or someone didn't, properly secure their wallet. But it's gone. It's all gone. And the good thing is, out of any of this, out of whether it be the huge 10 million the other day or this 3 million, 3.5, is that it's getting distributed to more holders, to more people. And to me, that's healthy. This is healthy. It's not, these are two outliers, and it's not a collection of whales all selling at the same time thinking, oh man, something's going on that everybody knows about. So keep calm, keep going. The team, I say this all the time, the team is A1, the project's A1. They are delivering all year. Every Copi Cafe is super exciting. There's only good things to come. And I know that they are strategically placing certain events to make sure that they make the best out of this bull market. So I'm not concerned. We all know, at least, for me, late 2024, 2025, that's when these things really start to kick in. And let's not forget the classic how the market works generally. BTC, then your blue chip alts, then your mid cap alts, then your low cap alts. We're gonna, gaming popped last in the last market, so you never know when it's gonna pop again. This time we had a decent pop, and we're still sitting, around the original all-time highs, even with all of this, all of this garbage, and a healthy correction. So can't go up in a straight line, and I believe, continuation is not far ahead of us. So moving on, I wanted to show some other things. 8,376 holders. This always ranges, on the BNB BSC side. So this basically hasn't changed much. It continues to sit at a very healthy and unchanged number of holders. Here, we're on the ETH side, we are down 0.285%. So basically down from at a max all-time high holders 156 at 1,052. So again, here, not much changed. I mean, not at all. If anything, we're right up there at the highs. And here's another metric I wanted to show outside of, because if you look on, real quick, if you look on the distribution page on Tapi Pro, here it shows in the last 7 days, we're up 0.19%, 33,821 holders. Now, of course, this includes every single holder, and it kind of includes the dust as well, which if you want to look through that kind of noise, you can go to CEX Explorer, and pull up Copi on here. On here, it kind of eliminates anything below the accounts are not counted in metrics if it holds an equivalent of 10 ADA or more. That's the only reason it counts it. So in that situation, there's almost 21,000 dust accounts. Now, if you don't know the history of the drip drops where you get a few Copi here and there, and those were distributed that way, I kind of almost count those as burned tokens, because I don't know, all those little tiny bags, they're not accumulating more. They're not really touching them. I don't really see them going to sell off those, under 10 ADA's worth of Copi. And I just kind of to me personally, I count it kind of as burned Copi, or not that important. But you will see, so about 12,000 accounts of holders on here it's showing. But let me get to the point. The amount of owners has not changed at all. it's going up, if anything, a little tiny bit here. And between the epochs, not a big change. So there's no rumblings. There's nothing to fear. You know, we just need to be patient sometimes in crypto and give it a little time. And that's how we make it through these tough times. I wouldn't even call it tough because we just made it through the most wicked bear market, the saddest thing. We were sitting at, 2 cents, 1 cent. We had all those crazy things happen in crypto. But now, folks, we have Bitcoin ETFs. And I was listening to something this morning of saying, Bitcoin is trying to break the bull market doors earlier than ever before, prior to the halving, and why this is different. And it was said that, there's not as much leverage in the market as, not even close to what it was when we were at 52,000 last time. And we are not, as a market, over leveraged at all right now, sitting at 52,000. So these institutional investors, the price going up 3 to 5% a day, and then they kind of cap it. And they're like, I'm not going to buy any more today. And they'll start up a new day tomorrow, and they'll go from there. But Bitcoin's really been holding very well. So it's been acting differently than it ever has at this point in the cycle prior. And we're going to see if it continues to move forward that way. If we continue to get inflows into these ETFs daily, and eventually the supply is going to be, they're buying like 10 times the supply that is mined on a daily basis. So you can't keep doing that forever and not expect a supply shock. And I'll include that to say then, at halving, that supply is, cut in half. I think it's 900 Bitcoin to 450, something like that. So it's just time. It's just time. And on top of that, a lot of these investors into these ETFs, they're not looking to trade. These are park it kind of money investors. So they're, we saw the outflows of gold ETFs into the Bitcoin ETFs. So this is bigger scale, a different kind of mentality that we've ever seen in the crypto market before. And I think a lot of the crypto investors are underestimating the effects of these things. And they're waiting for some sort of massive pullback or massive correction. And I think, the smartest thing, as I've said throughout this video, is just be patient, and good things will come to quality projects. Good things will come to quality teams. And man, if we don't have it in Cornucopias, I don't know what is. So thanks for the time. Thanks for sticking with me for the market update. And let's all keep calm out there. Let's keep copying. Love you, fam. See you next time. Bye-bye.